Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Simple English Chat.
Hi, guys. It's great to be here with you all. I'm Sophie.
And I'm Alex. We're so glad you could join us today.
We are. Today, we have a really useful and practical topic.
That's right. We're going to talk about how to describe your daily routine at work.
Yeah, this is something that comes up all the time,
It really does. You might need it for a job interview, for example.
or even just for casual conversation when you meet new people.
Exactly. People are often curious about what you do all day.
And we want to help you answer that question with confidence.
So we'll give you some key vocabulary and simple phrases to use.
We'll keep it simple and use words that are easy to understand.
Our goal is to make you feel comfortable and ready to talk about your day.
So let's get started.
Okay, first things first. Let's talk about the grammar.
The tense. This is important.
When we talk about a routine, something we do regularly, we use the simple present tense.
That's the key. Simple, present.
So, for example, you wouldn't say, I am starting work at 9.
Right. You would say, I start work at 9.
Exactly. Or I check my emails every morning.
Not, I am checking my emails. It's a habit, a routine.
It feels more permanent when you use the simple present.
It does. It shows this is what you do every day or most days.
What about for another person, like a colleague?
Good question. The rule is the same, but the verb changes a little.
For he, she, and it.
Yep, you add an S. So she starts work at 9.
Or he answers phone calls.
Perfect. And for they or we?
It's the same as I. They have a meeting at 10.
You've got it. So that's the basic rule for talking about routines.
Simple present tense. Got it.
Now let's break down the day.
Good idea. Let's start with the morning.
The beginning of the workday. So how do you start your description?
You could say my workday begins at and then the time.
Nice and simple. My workday begins at 8:30 IMEM.
What's another way to start?
You could use the phrase, the first thing I do is.
Oh, I like that. The first thing I do is turn on my computer.
Exactly. Or the first thing I do is say hello to my team.
That's a nice start to the day.
It is. After that, you can talk about your first tasks.
Like checking emails.
Yes. After I turn on my computer, I check my emails.
You can also talk about planning your day.
Yeah, like I make a to-do list.
A to-do list is a list of tasks you need to complete.
Very useful phrase. I look at my calendar and make a to-do list.
This is a good time to introduce some other useful words.
Adverbs of frequency.
They sound complicated, but they're not.
Not at all. They just say how often you do something.
Words like always, usually, often, sometimes, and never.
So I could say, I always start my day with a coffee.
I know I do. I can't work without it.
Me neither. Or I usually check my emails first.
So this means you do it most days, but maybe not every single day.
Exactly. What about often?
I often have a short meeting with my manager in the morning,
So it happens many times.
right? And sometimes,
I sometimes listen to music while I work.
just now and then, not all the time.
Perfect. So we have some great phrases for the morning.
I start my day by the first thing I do is.
And we can add adverbs like usually or always.
Okay, so what comes next? The middle of the day?
Yeah, let's talk about late morning and the afternoon.
This is often when the main work happens.
It is. For many people, this means meetings or talking to customers.
So you could say in the morning, I focus on important tasks.
And then around midday, I usually talk to my team.
Around midday is a good general time reference.
It is. It means near the middle of the day, like 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
And what about lunch?
A very important part of the routine.
I agree. You can say I take a lunch break at 1 o'clock.
Or I have lunch for about 30 minutes.
To take a break is a great phrase.
It is. Everyone needs to take a break.
After lunch, we need a phrase to continue the story.
You can use simple words like then or next.
Have lunch. Then I reply to more emails.
Or after my lunch break, I continue with my projects.
That sounds very professional.
It does. And you can be more specific about your job.
What do you mean?
Well, if you work in a shop, your afternoon is different from an office worker.
That's true.
A shop assistant might say, in the afternoon, I help customers and organize the shelves.
And an office worker might say,
My afternoon is usually spent writing reports.
so you just change the activity to match your job.
Exactly. The structure stays the same.
In the afternoon, and then add your main task.
You've got it. In the afternoon, I prepare documents.
In the afternoon, I make phone calls.
In the afternoon, I drive to different locations.
It's like a formula.
It is. And it makes it so much easier to build your sentences.
So we've covered the morning and the middle of the day.
Now it's time to finish work.
How to talk about the end of the workday.
So as the day is ending, what do you do?
Well, I usually try to finish up what I'm doing.
Finish up is a nice natural phrase. It means to complete.
Yeah, or wrap up. I like that one too.
I start to wrap up my work around 5 p.m.
And means you're getting ready to leave.
So what are some final tasks people do?
Many people plan for the next day.
Right. So you could say, before I leave, I make a plan for tomorrow.
Before I leave is a great way to introduce your final action.
It is. Before I leave, I check my calendar for the next day.
Another common task is cleaning up.
Yes. The last thing I do is tidy my desk.
To tidy means to make things neat and organized.
It's always good to have a tidy desk for the next morning.
I agree. It helps you start fresh.
What about sending a final email?
Yep, I send a daily report to my manager before I go home.
That's a good example. It's very specific.
And then you can say when you finish.
I usually finish work at 5:30 p.m.
Or I leave the office around 6.
Right. So we have phrases for the start, middle, and end of the day.
I think we do. Should we try to put it all together?
Yes. Let's do a full example. Do you want to go first, Alex?
Sure, I can try.
Okay. So tell us about your daily work routine.
All right, so I usually start work at 9 a.m.
Okay.
The first thing I do is turn on my computer and check my emails for anything urgent.
Makes sense.
After that, I look at my schedule and make a to-do list for the day.
Very organized.
I try. Then I usually work on my main projects until about 1 p.m.
And then lunch.
Yes, I take a break for lunch for about an hour.
An hour is a good break.
In the afternoon, I often have meetings with my team.
So a lot of collaboration.
Yeah, we discuss our progress and any problems.
And after the meetings,
I spend the rest of the afternoon finishing my tasks from the list.
your to-do list.
Exactly. Before I leave, I reply to any final emails.
Please.
And the last thing I do is prepare my bag for the next day.
Oh, that's smart.
Finish work around 6 p.m.
That was a perfect example, Alex.
Thanks. It's just about connecting those simple phrases.
It is. You use after that, then, in the afternoon, and before I leave.
They help the story flow.
They really do. Okay, my turn.
All right, Sophie, tell us about your day.
Okay. My workday begins a bit earlier, around 8 a.m.
An early start.
It is. I always start my day with a big glass of water at my desk.
A healthy habit.
Then I review the work from the day before for about 15 minutes.
A quick review.
Yes. Most of my morning is spent talking to clients on the phone.
So you're busy with people right away.
I am. I sometimes have to solve problems for them.
I see.
I take a short break around 12:30 p.m. to eat a sandwich at my desk.
A working lunch.
Sometimes, yes. In the afternoon, I usually write emails and update our company database.
Some more computer work.
Is my quiet focus time.
That's a good way to describe it.
Around 4 p.m., I start to wrap things up.
Using our new phrase,
I make a list of calls I need to make tomorrow.
planning ahead.
Always. And before I go, I always tidy my workspace.
Nice.
I leave the office at 4:30 p.m.
That was great, Sophie. Really clear,
Thank you. See, we both use the same structure.
but our days are quite different.
And that's the point. The language is flexible for any job.
So just to review for our listeners,
Let's do a quick recap.
first, use the simple present tense for routines.
I start, she works, they have.
Second, use adverbs of frequency.
Always, usually, sometimes.
Third, break your day into parts, morning, middle, and end.
It makes it easier to tell the story.
And fourth, use connecting words.
First, then, after that, before I leave.
They are like the glue that holds your sentences together.
What a great way to put it.
I think that covers everything, doesn't it?
I think so. The main thing is to practice.
Definitely. Don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Not at all. That's how we learn.
Try writing down your own daily work routine tonight,
Yes, just 3 or 4 simple sentences to start.
and then try saying it out loud.
To yourself in the mirror, or to a friend.
The more you say it, the more natural it will feel.
100%.
Well, I feel like our listeners are ready to describe their work days now.
I hope so. We know you can do it.
So that just about wraps it up for us today.
It does. Thank you all so much for listening.
We hope this lesson was helpful for you.
Remember to just keep practicing a little bit every day.
That's the best advice. Join us next time for another episode of Simple English Chat.
Bye for now.
Take care, everyone.